It is about 5:30 in the morning right now. Hello, YouTube. We're gonna go get ready to go drive for about 12 hours today. We're gonna go drive over to LA for Red Bull streamer games. So come get ready with me to go do that, or whatever.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Streamer Games vlog. Starting off by taking care of our dental hygiene, brushing and mouthwashing real fast. And we're getting shirtless, don't get too excited, to move right into my skincare routine. First up we have our cleanser. I currently use entirely Laneige products, not sponsored by the way. This is their water bank gel cleanser. Just gonna scrub that all over and wash that off real fast. Wow, so clean, yay. Alright. Next we have their Waterbank Blue Hyaluronic Intensive Moisturizer. I use this mainly because it just gets so dry here in Utah, and if I don't apply this like daily anymore, I swear my skin just dries out so quick. Quick little hair adjustment as we grab our next one and just straight use it like a moron instead of showing it off. This is the Cream Skin Serapeptide Mist to finish everything off. Only just now remembering to show it, don't even show it well. And we'll just put on our glasses all crooked and we're good to go. Quick little fit check, some bad sun pants, and these boots that I don't end up showing off very well. I'll be making a video showing off these items as well as some of my other crazy ones in a bit better detail here very soon, so stay tuned for that.
Right, we have pretty much everything that I can possibly think I need packed. We're just gonna go load all that up into the lovely little fit, and then we'll crack a Red Bull, hop onto the road, and we'll start moseying our way on over to Streamer Games.
We've arrived at our first location, out in about Cedar City, Utah, give or take, which is an interesting little locale, to say the least. Small little gas stop, break, all that kind of sort. It's not bad here, to say the least. You got a weird little lighthouse just kind of behind me over here.
So I looked this up and turns out the closest functioning lighthouse is about 40 minutes from where Streamer Games took place in Los Angeles.
But that's fine. It's just so drab and dry. Like there's not a lot going on over here, to be entirely truthful.
Yeah, it's like it's a desert.
It's like you get a little bit of color that's starting to pop up as we're entering the really south side, but it really is just kind of a horrifically dry area out here. It's like grass doesn't grow happily. Everything's kind of scuffed. It's like, I don't know, just a little on the bleak side, but figured give it a little tour around, see what's going on, and then we'll hop back in, continue cruising right along. We'll run off to the next little place, which I'm pretty sure isn't until after Vegas, so I'll catch up with you guys there. What do you think goes on over at the Bun Boy Motel? Okay, second stop, we're over in Baker, California, which is a place, to say the least. It's definitely a little on the kind of vintage side.
By vintage, I mean run down and sad.
One other interesting little thing is just behind me over here, we have a rather large thermometer. I want to say one of the world's largest. A big giant fucker over there. Whoa! Reading right now 109.
Dude, this place sucked so fucking bad. I hated it so much. I got what were some of the worst enchiladas in my entire life here and spent way too much money on them.
I have about 8 hours
This place
into
sucks.
the drive right now, out of the 11 or so. We're getting there, but it's ridiculously hot out here. I'm gonna die if I'm out for too much longer, so I'm gonna go load back in and then we'll run off and catch up wherever the next stop's gonna be.
All right, quick little room tour real fast here as I was tired as shit after getting a really extensive Airbnb tour. My host was sick, man. She had this little house from the 1920s that was decorated through the wazoo with a whole bunch of cool art and shit. I thought she was a teacher from some of the art that she had, but turns out it was just her son's elementary school artwork from their classrooms donated to her because she like worked with the school. It was cool, but the room was pretty nice. It worked well enough for what we needed. I will say the floors were a little noticeably uneven, to say the least, in a couple of places, and you could definitely feel the almost like creakiness of certain areas. We had some rather interesting little art here on our walls. You could definitely tell I was tired because this room tour sucks.
So just got done eating over at a nice little place. I'm kind of a little ways from it already because I had to do some weird wandering around. But we're just out in the streets of LA right now, specifically over in Japantown. Kind of just cruising along over near a Daiso. But everything's kind of closed. Figured I'd just stop by, do a little update. I grabbed some rather nice pasta from this place. I had a picture of it. I'll do some editing and get that posted in afterwards there, but it was actually my first experience. I didn't record it because I felt kind of awkward doing it on a giant bar that was chock full of people. But this place was a hybrid of Japanese and Italian food. And their main specialty was uni pasta, which is sea urchin if you're familiar.
Would recommend
So,
trying cooked
Actually
safely.
got a chance to try that, and it was by far and away probably the best thing that I've had here in LA, bar none, especially compared to the last time that I was here. So it's been nice. But we're gonna head back to the B&B most likely and kind of crash, get ready for tomorrow, starting streamer games and all that. But figured I'd do a tiny little update, and I will catch up in just a moment.
Right. Good morning. It is currently about 8:30, give or take, or so, somewhere around there. Yeah, about 8:30, give or take. We already got, showered, woke up, skincare, all that kind of stuff. Figure we'll discuss kind of what it is that we're doing while I'm putting all of my stuff on and briefly displaying it there.
So turns out I'm bad at discussing what we were doing and displaying my jewelry, but that's okay. I'll have a much better video that shows all of these pieces in a proper display here very soon for you guys to see. I've amassed such a collection of jewelry that I have quite a few different brands that I can recommend and have some reviews for that I'd love to be able to give other people. And this won't be any ad or sponsorship of any variety. I hold nothing with these companies. That'll be just an honest review of their actual visual styles and influences, as well as my actual critique of the products that I own. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, subscribe. It's free.
Yet again.
Have you done it yet?
This one. Wow, look at that.
Have you? Why haven't you done it yet? Do it. Do it now.
Lovely little
Thank you.
vertebrae. Ever so big. Lovely little spikes all over. I've actually got a fourth bracelet coming for my left arm here soon. Fingers crossed. It probably won't be for another month or so, but I'm pretty excited for that one. It'll definitely be a nice little statement piece with the rest of them. Then we've got our most standard fare, just little Cuban link that matches the choker chain on the neck. These two were actually the first chains that I ever did get when it came to like styling my own jewelry. So they're still with me, which is kind of badass. Then I've got probably my favorite of them all, the infinity bracelet, which matches the chain up here. And then we have all of our rings. We'll start with, on the left side, we have our little astrology one. Wow, looky. With our stacked Organization 13 one. On the thumb, we've got more vertebrae, kind of matching actually the one over there, but in a full-on ring. With probably the craziest ring that I have, my lovely little vampire fangs. Go and open and close. Thing is nuts. And got our Dark Souls You Died ring, which is kind of badass. And then our other side, more almond blossoms, more Van Gogh. You can only kind of tell. My one silver ring. I actually have two. I'm saying. Or I'm realizing.
This is my newest ring, so I kind of
Lovely little
forget
nail
that it's
ring.
silver.
Matching our earrings that I have yet
I
to
say
put in.
matching my earrings. I don't wear those earrings
And
today. I wore them yesterday.
Our last little normal ring, more matching vertebrae, but slightly different. We'll be rocking
So I'm wearing these ones
these
instead,
little guys.
which are really nice.
There they are. Ah, and then I'll go and drop it like a moron. That is jewelry wrapped. We'll go ahead and do a little fit look over and then we'll head on out.
This fit is one of my all-time favorites, man. I love these pants so much, and these boots, I need to do a close-up with them at some point. I'll do a fashion look over with some of these outfits that I have and better fit checks very soon.
We've got the goods, specifically an entire box chock full of them, because there was actually a lot more cool shit. Sorry, this thing is wanting to push away. Fuck you! Man, LA is interesting, huh? Got ourselves some croissants, got ourselves a little flan. Walking our happy ass on deck. I don't know, maybe we'll actually go see if there's like a park not too far from the campus that we can go and sit at or something. Maybe that'll work. We got some choices, but I'm excited. Catch up with you guys in a moment.
So here's me taking a moment to actually record myself taking a bite of something that I grabbed out in LA. Specifically, one of my favorite things I did eat. This salted caramel croissant from Lou the French on the Block is something that if you are in LA and have the opportunity to grab, I swear to God, just go try it. It's so perfect.
I'm currently on the USC campus walking towards the field. Even though it's on the early side, it's only about right now, actually about to hit 12, so I'm about an hour early. But I'd like to get better seating if possible than most others, so that's why I'm kind of
Wrong earring, dumbass.
on the lightly early side, but it is fucking hot, which is why I'm currently out here sitting on a bench and kind of trying to catch my breath and relax for a moment, because holy fucking hell, dude. It is so hot. We already put on sunscreen though, like I said. I lathered that shit all over, so I'm feeling like we'll be pretty alright, but definitely gonna need some water, definitely gonna need some Red Bull. But, you know what, let's just keep walking actually. Fuck it. Why take a break?
So this is the part where I jump in with a little hummingbird and I go and kind of get obsessed with him for a split moment while he's just relaxing on a tree. This is also where I mention I kind of didn't really record footage for day one. And this turns out to be the best B-roll that I got. But day one was sick as fuck, man. I do regret not recording some of the events, in all honesty, but I was kind of just locked in on genuinely enjoying the event and didn't really want to feel like I spent my entire time there just behind a camera. So I really just spent day one trying to fully enjoy, you know, having a bit of a vacation. What a cool little guy. He sang back at me. That was neat. You know, as much as I dislike LA for so many things, one thing I genuinely couldn't get over as I was here was just how almost like a painting this entire city tends to be, man. There's so much color and vibrance all around the place that it genuinely feels like Van Gogh would have obsessed over this place. I'd love to come around sometime just to be able to try and emulate some of his paintings and get better at it and just take in some of the scenery and all the colors that were out there, because man, I loved it. We'll have some proper footage of the actual games themselves and some of my POV in the crowd from that tomorrow. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little yap sesh with me and this little hummingbird here.
We're back. I had to do a little cutaway real fast because I ended up seeing the little hummingbird up in the tree. He was cute. He was a cool little guy. I love hummingbirds. I never get to see them as often as I would like over in Utah. We every once in a blue moon will get one that pokes up. But I feel like they're so uncommon these days. But I love that little dude. He was cute. He was chirping away, singing with the other guys. I ended up doing a little whistling myself and got him to sing back at me for a split second, and then he stopped. But it was cool. Gotta say, USC is not a bad looking campus. Albeit you're talking to the guy who never actually went to fucking college, so I don't really know shit about what makes a good university campus or not, but the overall size and space of it all seems pretty convenient. It's like its own little community, which is, I think, one of the main things that you kind of try to have when you end up going to college, if you ask me. There's a sense of, like, you know, belonging within a place with others. But I mean, hell, real fast, look at this building, bro. That is sick. The architectural design on that is phenomenal. I like that a lot. The hell is the 6-7 clanker?
So I did record a tiny amount of footage, though. Here is a very small clip of KDB deciding to join the color guard during the halftime show during day one, which I thought was pretty entertaining. Shout out, Katie. This fucking guy. So this was the retake of the 100-meter dash due to the first one not going successfully from Ron false starting.
We're done with Streamer Games day one. I didn't end up recording a whole ton of footage day one, if I'm being real. I was kind of just locked in on the moment and getting a hold of, you know, seeing the event and the spectacle of it all again. It's some fun shit, man. Fun little times. We're currently en route back towards our car. Gonna mosey our happy ass on over, figure out where the fuck I parked, because it's been an entire day. One thing that I did manage to do, which I'm actually really fucking happy about, is I got to communicate word to Cutie about my actual goals and everything. She was basically super stoked that someone was intrigued in it. And
For context here, by it, I mean fashion panelist at Streamer
I'm
Awards.
pretty happy. Gave them the Twitch name, the content channel names and all. But I'll chat some more with him tomorrow. Didn't get to speak much to Ludwig or honestly many of the creators since it actually ran pretty fucking late today, rather sadly. Ludwig was straight up having to crunch 30 minutes of just taking pictures with everyone as fast as humanly possible, which was kind of funny. It's been a fun time. I've been enjoying it, although I have not eaten in a while, which is a mistake of mine. I was contemplating grabbing food from concessions, but I screwed up and didn't do that. Oops. Oh well. But we'll go find something that's open late. We'll go chow down, get a little treat, then we'll head back to the B&B, rest up, get everything put away. We'll come back and do it again. But I'm gonna continue walking on over to the car. Catch up with you guys in a bit.
So we stopped by a food truck on the way back to my car and grabbed what were probably some of the literal worst carne asada fries I think I've ever had in my entire life. And that's day one wrap.
Good morning. It is about 9:40 or so, give or take, right now. Went ahead and already got skincare and all that taken care of this morning, as well as got mildly dressed. We're just yet again putting on jewelry and kind of going over our brief little plan idea for the day. I'm planning on trying to show up at Streamer Games today at about 12, because I tried showing up at about 12:30. Well, I did show up at about 12:30, give or take, last time, and the line was pretty fucking long. So we're gonna do our best to avoid that, but it'll be a pretty fun time. I'm excited for day two. It's a fun time out here thus far. I've been enjoying it. My hair has been enjoying it. This shit is pretty much perfect right now. It is fucking absurd. I need to eat actual food, man. It's been too long since I've had anything other than just like bread and sad stuff. Mainly like sad fries and sad enchiladas, which is really weird, you know. I'm 2 for 2 on bad Mexican food while I've been in California. What should we eat though? I have been Maybe we'll go to a Korean place. We're in K-Town. We'll see what we can do about maybe getting some KBBQ. It's been a sec since I've had some. Maybe treat myself a little bit. We did treat ourselves with that uni, which was definitely the best food that we've had so far. I just want protein, man. I haven't had much in the way of, like, good meat-based food. I need better, like, steak and fries. The fact that those carne asada fries were as kind of lackluster as they were really made me sad last night, because I came home and had a bag of fucking
Joyride Gummy Busters. I never finished my point here. Also, here are the earrings that match my nail ring that I didn't show yesterday.
It was crazy. How do you not salt your fries, man? But it is already a little unfortunate that it is day 2, and, you know, we'll be out after this. Also, I'm not showing the last little piece that we have yet to show, the wallet chain. With, my oh-so-lovely Inferno Studios wallet. You can't quite, there we go. Look at that, man. God, the design work on this is so nice. As a fan of cyber sigilism, the interior there, oh so nice. Don't have any of my cards in there right now. You guys aren't getting any of those. I also briefly mentioned it, but I should actually go a little more in on it. Cutie was kind of supportive of the actual idea in the future of, you know, fashion analyst, or like fashion panelist, I should say, for Streamer Awards. I just need to commit further in on fashion-based content, which I already had intention of. So be on the lookout for that. We have everything all collectively put on, set, and ready. So we're gonna go head out to the car, eat a little croissant.
But before we eat our croissant, we need to go over this fit check. Somehow Zoil mistook this shirt for Sword Art Online at first, which that's Sora from Kingdom Hearts. So I don't know how you do that. Sora, sword, I don't know. This was just the regular croissant. Absolutely one of my favorites. Unfortunately, it was a day old and I did have to leave it out in my car since I wasn't able to bring food into the B&B. So it was a little stale, but man, it was still one of the better foods that I had. And you'll see how it still ends up being like top 3 in a little bit.
God, I am in heaven. It's too hot to be in heaven, but I'm nearly there. It is just so perfect. Every time.
And we've made it to the actual streamer games section of the video. It's funny that I find streamer games hard to put into words when describing it to others. The entire nature of the event has always been kind of a funny concept to me. You get a bunch of people who'd usually much rather spend their entire day sitting in front of a PC playing video games to go outside in the summer heat and play schoolyard games and track and field events for a couple days. Albeit, I don't know if I call mechanical bull riding schoolyard games. Going for the first time last year and getting to watch people do this nonsense. And not only that, but seeing the production work, you know, seeing all the cameras, the tech, the microphones, and just the amount of actual behind the scenes stuff that you don't usually get to see unless you're there. It's a spectacle. Additionally, getting to talk to all of these people that I envied for months droning on after about, man, I wish I could do the things that they're doing. And one day, after spending so long thinking like that, it just clicked. They just kind of started doing that. You can just do that. Lo and behold, about 6 months after Streamer Games last year, I started streaming regularly, consistently even. And yet, I was directionless. I was streaming to stream, and I wasn't streaming with creative substance that, you know, made interesting content. Until randomly, Ludwig ended up becoming Professor Ellen, teaching an entire course at Streamer University. I took that class, and I picked up editing. And the entire time I was editing, the only thing I could repeatedly say was just, why did I waste so much time wishing I could do this? It's like I've thought of doing this for, you know, years, since I was a literal kid watching Vanoss and Smosh and Markiplier. And I just spent so long holding myself back thinking that it would just be something simply too difficult to do. And yet, all it took was just looking up a couple of quick little guides, and now this is just the only thing I want to do. And meanwhile, back on the events, this is the halftime show. This was Courtney. I actually, funny enough, got a chance to meet her about an hour before this happened. We were both in line waiting for food, funny enough, and we both have the exact same ring. So we both got to kind of bond over that. But she was sick as fuck. Shout out Courtney. But getting the opportunity to come back out to Streamer Games this year and having the opportunity to, this time around, network with some of the biggest inspirations that I have in the content creation scene, and being able to kind of prove my delusional consistency this year was such a crazy experience that I still haven't been able to entirely get over. And to top all of this off, to have some of my biggest inspirations give me quite literally positive reinforcement and feedback on the ideas that I have and the potential collaborations with them
And their interest in these potential collaborations.
is one of the most exhilarating things I think I've ever been able to experience. And I'm just excited to see where we'll end up being come around next Streamer Games. Competitive, Simon says. Truly the spectacle event of Streamer Games, if you ask me. I adore watching this one every single time. I think having for an international roster made for this year's Streamer Games to be very fun. But one thing that did feel pretty tricky throughout the entire event was having an entire team that more or less spoke so little English that they kind of weren't able to really interact with the fans did feel a little rough, I feel like. I don't know. It was noticeable this year, the comparative difference of overall fan interactions that you could have.
I was watching the live stream from my dressing room, and people are writing the comments in the like, what is France gonna do? I don't know. There it is. Sonic is up, Sonic is down, Sonic is up, Sonic is down, Sonic is up, Sonic is down, Sonic is what? Sonic is stop, hands up, Sonic is hands up, hands down, Sonic is hands down, run in place, Sonic is run, Sonic is stop, hands up, you're out, Sonic is hands up, hands down, hands up, Sonic is head, Sonic is hip, Sonic is head, Sonic is hip, Sonic is nose. Sonic to stop. Sonic to stop. Hands up. Sonic to hands up. Wave it around. You're out.
By the way, shout out T10 Nat. I legit learned about her a week before Streamer Games happened with the reveal of who was coming, and I actually got a chance to meet her. Such a nice person. Such a cool individual. Cutie, my goat, winning her qualifiers into Simon Says and popping off. She needed this so bad. And then this is just Steven Ludwig bringing it in real fast before the finals of Simon Says begins here, which I'm just going to let kind of play out and let you guys enjoy.
I was embarrassing. Simon says hands up. Simon says hands down. Simon says nose. Simon says belly. Hands up. Simon says hands up. Wave it around. Simon says wave it. Simon says stop. Hands down.
Yay.
Summon's a serious face. Hands down. Summon's his hands down. Big smile. Summon's his big smile. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Nice job, thank you. And then number 4. Summon's is up, Summon's is down, Summon's his nose, Summon's his ears, Summon's his nose, Summon's his ears. Hands up, hands down. Summon's his hands down. Faster, hands up.
Zip the lid.
They may not have won the whole event, but this was probably my favorite win of the entire night. I didn't notice this until after, but fucking nice wing.
I fucked up. I fucked up. I didn't get much in the way of actual normal food. We got some pretty mediocre carne asada tacos that I forgot to record a video of, like a moron, at the games. I eat my boy dinner of mini Swedish fish because, like I said, everywhere is fucking closed. Why am I so bad at eating in LA? I have had really fucking good pastries, really fucking good uni pasta, 2 really bad quality Mexican foods, and the most like mediocre street tacos you could ever ask for. And then the only other 2 things that I've eaten have been a bag of Joyride gummy busters and now a fucking bag of king size Swedish fish mini. Also, can I just say, look at my fucking hair, dude. I don't think it has ever looked much better than this. Like, this is some full-on Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy bullshit. I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch up with you. Fuck. Good morning. It is about 8 in the morning at the present moment, or so.
Dude, my voice was so
woke up
fried.
Little under an hour ago, give or take, somewhere around there, if I'm not mistaken. I am fucking beat, man. My voice is fried at the present moment. It's luckily not entirely gone. It's already working its way back. It's definitely different than normal, to say the least. It is shot. So, we're just getting ready now, putting all the jewelry on as per usual, yapping about the game plan, which is going to be a rough one today. We have more or less a 12-hour drive or so, maybe slightly less. I also feel like I am fucking starving, legitimately speaking, which is kind of only fair. I have had a croissant, 3 small tacos, and a bag of Swedish fish for my entire set of like 3 meals yesterday. So, we've got one more croissant out in the car that we'll go have. But we gotta go fill up on gas after we load the car up. And then we'll be shooting our long way back on home. You know, it's a fun time the second time out here in LA. I was definitely happy to be able to talk to as many sick people as I was, both on the side of, you know, people in the crowd that I was sitting with, as well as chatting with Cam, Eliza, Dan, Christian. Some of the backside of the whole operation of Mogul, and yet some of the coolest fucking people to me.
Well, all that's left is just going and doing it. See you guys in a bit.
It's been a small sec, but we're back finally. I was on the phone with my sister for a little while that first leg of the drive, so we ended up not having much in the way of footage to record or anything. We did stop one other time, technically before this one here, but it wasn't anything that important. I just filled up my gas tank over in Baker again. We've seen the Bun Boy Motel and all that. I'm just walking over here as I'm saying. It is currently a whopping 112 degrees right now in sunny Las Vegas, which we are just on the very outskirts of, basically. I was just over at a Freddy's, that direction. I was grabbing a quick bite because, as mentioned earlier, I have not eaten anything other than Swedish fish since basically last night. I did have a bite of that croissant, actually. It was good, but it's pretty stale in the car. It was a little sad, if I'm being real. Sorry, Lou, I fucked up. We're doing pretty good, all things considered. The drive's been very easy. Not nearly as much traffic the way back, since we dipped as early as we did. Not to mention the distraction of having my sister for the first, half of this drive is really clutch. It's alright, we've got some videos and we've got 2 haulists to take care of the rest. I'm gonna try not to burn up too much longer over here. Go get back in the car and drive for a few hours. Probably see you guys around, if I were to take a wild guess, Cedar City or some shit like that. But catch you guys in a sec. We're back in Cedar City this time.
Called it.
I figure we'll hump out real fast, do a quick little walk around. We already filled up the gas tank, so we're doing pretty fine over there. We got basically one last little leg of the trip again. I figured last time we showed off, while we were over here in Cedar, the rather intriguing little lighthouse that was just behind me over that way. This time, I figured we'll have a little backdrop of kind of part of the reason that Cedar is nice, albeit not a whole lot of them because they're kind of boring since we're up in the mountains. But wow, look at that. They're all nice and shit. It's been a long drive. I'm getting to that tired point, to say the least. But luckily, we're on the final little home stretch, and as soon as I hit that, it tends to be pretty solid that I get, locked in and I just fucking send it back the rest of the way. So we're gonna fly on through. We got some candy and some water, just thank God, because that'll definitely help out in preventing me from feeling like total miserable shit the rest of the way. I'm gonna go load myself back in and we're gonna go flying on home, and I'll see you guys when we get there. What's good? So we're at our next, well, not really next stop, I should say. We're at a place called Meadow real fast. I had to pull over and off onto the side of the road because as we're making our way back to our lovely little home, one of the craziest little things that I've had to be seeing has popped up and I couldn't not show you guys what was going on. But I mean, look at this. Is that not fucking crazy? Like, it is legitimately an absurd amount of fire that we're looking at. I was thinking that it was just that giant pillar up there that was the main issue. But lo and behold, you can straight up see more fire literally right up against the mountain over there. So it's tracking and trailing all fucking over. Like, it's blowing straight fucking north. You can even see up in the very top of that white area, straight up orange, from how just, I can only imagine how fucked the other side of that mountain has to look. I have not seen a wildfire here in Utah look this bad in a while.
About a week later, it's still just as bad. I'm intrigued to see, especially how bad it's going to end up looking once we get back to the northern side.
Pretty sure there's another one right across the mountain from me now up here too. It's like the entire state's on fire or something. It's kind of like the whole planet's on fire.
We have about 2
All right, 2 Hollis.
hours and 30 minutes or so, 2.5 hours, give or take, somewhere around there before we're back home. So I'm gonna go load my happy ass back on up, and I'll catch you guys in just a bit. Oh, we're back. Posted up at a little place known as Farmington. We're not far from my place by this point. We're kind of basically back. I just decided I'd do a little bit more yapping before I get all the way back to the house.
And we've made it to the end. I do have a main point that I'm kind of getting at while I'm wandering around here, which is that just doing this vlog, just doing this trip, and just reinforcing to myself that this is my genuine passion. This is the thing that I'm interested in doing. Editing this vlog has genuinely been the most fun thing I've ever done in my life. It feels like I'm making art that makes sense to my brain finally. I can feel my personality literally just flying through the screen further and further the more and more that I learn to edit, and the better and better that I get at it. And it's all thanks to streamer games that I get to acknowledge that this is my passion. This is what I like doing. This is what I want to be doing. This is what I should be doing. And to hear from so many of you guys that I got to meet out there that it seems like I should have been doing this from the start is even more reinforcing. Since coming back from Streamer Games, I've had so many ideas rush to my head, and with the Streamer Awards nominations coming up at the end of the month, I've got some exciting streams and videos planned, so be sure to follow my Twitch and subscribe to be in the know. And leave a comment letting me know what your favorite edit was throughout this whole video. As this is only my second one, it's one of my favorite things to learn, and I'd love to sit there and try and learn more if I can. So let me know what your guys' favorite is in the comments, or in my Twitch chat. I'll be happy to read them all. There's a couple of clips of me chatting with some streamers after this, so stick around, and thank you for watching.
But when I get back over to the car, been good chatting with you guys. Peace. I'm going to keep sign.
Without the crowd, what is Streamer Games?
My fashionista.
Yes. Also, if you're ever in Utah again, let's collaborate.
Okay, Utah. I'm
Capital
down.
City Antique Mall. I would absolutely love to just go look at a bunch of old cool shit with you.
Hell yeah, sounds awesome.
You saw my
I've got
hat?
plans
Yes.
for IRL streaming now that I actually bought the gimbal. So
Yeah.
let's, genuinely, thank you for being
Oh my God, happy
comes
Father's
in.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate
Oh,
No,
I mean, you drove like what, so long to get here?
Yeah, because I'm a
Parking,
dumbass
though.
fan who wants to talk to you guys
20
about
bucks per
networking
day.
and trying to get better about content creation. But at the
You
same time-
got the grind already, and you got the grit.
Yeah, but even then, it's like just the nature of you guys being
Yeah.
here is what I genuinely
I've lost
appreciate.
my-
I'm glad you're passionate.
Exactly, yeah. It's content
And
creation
I'm
is
like, I
art,
look
and I think
right
people
now, I
need to
look
care
mean
more
as
about art than
Yeah.
we do it naturally. You know, it's
Thank you for the follow,
entertaining.
Kushi.
It's
Yeah.
Doing that stream love from the rats?
I'm just glad that you're enjoying it. Guys, he's not a paid chat, I swear to God.
Thank you, seriously, for being here. It's great.
Oh, I
I hope to see you
appreciate
again
it.
next year. And maybe one of these days I'll be out there competing
Next-
with
Why that
you.
face?
Hey,
For next year.
I'm not gonna be here next year. You'll be here
Why?
next year.
Why not? Come back.
You're the new all-star.
Guys,
Back-to-back champ.
I altered several times.
You won.
I altered several times. I'm cooked for anything else. Yeah, of course. He
You
holds
got
this.
an entire year. You'll be all right.
I'll be all right.